Hey everyone, this is Lisa from Life and Layouts, and I am back for day number 30 of the March Madness Sketch Challenge from Scrap Now, Sleep Later. This is the sketch that we're going to be using, and I'm going to be using the My Mind's Eye Lost and Found Breeze collection. I've used this collection before, and I'm actually only going to pull out, I think, maybe one piece of paper and then some scraps. These are my friend's photos, and they are from when they had Passover back in 2013, so super old. I reached out to her and asked her what type of paper I should use because Passover is not something that is a part of my life. It was a very interesting conversation that we had about Passover and what it means. She basically said to probably go with maybe like darker paper or some jewel tone paper. So that's why I decided to go with this collection. I really like that teal color in the background. I feel like it does give it a kind of presence that you would hopefully see at Passover. Again, not something that's part of my life, so I'm kind of going blind in on this one. I also pulled out this paper pad that I have from Paper Studio, which is the Hobby Lobby brand, and it's like a ledger paper. The entire stack is that. So it has a bunch of different types of ledger paper in it, and I really liked the numbers that are along the side of it. So I decided to cut down that paper. I wanted it to be 10 inches. So I cut the background paper down to 2 inches so that I would have enough to adhere it to that ledger paper. And then just lining it up like the sketch calls for, having a little bit on the right hand side and then moving that ledger paper also across the right hand side as well. I did cut the numbers off of the left hand side of the ledger paper so that it kind of looks like it flows seamlessly across the layout. I then found this darker paper in the paper pad and use that as the border on the top and bottom of that ledger paper just to kind of close it all in. And that is the base of this layout. I don't know that I've talked about this before, but one of the things that I really like about sketches is getting that base part of the paper down. I have definitely come to realize that I am a very blocky type person. I personally am going back and watching all of my previous videos, trying to bring my watch hours up as well. And there are videos that I am watching where I really do not like those layouts. And what I've come to notice is that the layouts that I do not like that I've created are those layouts where it's a very whimsical or there's lots of different shapes in it. There's not this block of paper. And in watching some of my older videos, I've thought about some different ideas in regards to changing my channel or updating my channel. So not only bringing in new content, but also bringing awareness to my older content to hopefully bring up those watch hours where you're watching the newer video and then maybe going back and watching those older videos as well. Because I have come a very long way to bring my watch hours up. I know I talked about it before at the beginning of the year, and I was really appreciative of lots of you going back and watching my older videos. I don't think that I truly understood how many watch hours 4,000 was. Like, obviously I know 4,000 is a large number, but when you're creating videos that are 10 minutes long, 4,000 just seems so overwhelming. Even with me going back and watching some of my older videos, that number is absolutely going up, but it is going up very slowly. I just want to encourage you guys, again, if you are wanting to support me and wanting to help me out, I would really appreciate you going back and watching some of my older videos, because that really is going to help bring up those watch hours and get my channel back to where I want it to be. Which is another reason why I did this March Madness challenge, was hopefully encouraging everyone to obviously watch my videos, but then also to get those watch hours up as well. So I rambled on for quite a bit, but let's get back to the layout. I did decide to cut down a couple of the pieces to match the sketch, and I first started out with this green piece here, and then I took this 6x6 piece of paper, and I liked the upper left hand corner of it. I decided to cut that down so that it would fit above that photo of her daughter, and you can see like the little swirly section in the upper left-hand side of that paper. And then I felt like this green plaid paper kind of brought all the colors together so that there wasn't just this random color of green down at the bottom, when really the teal paper was kind of the focus. I then decided to use this 12 by 12 piece of paper and cut it down. Over on the far right, you can see on the sketch, it does call for the title piece to be there. And I thought the title would look nice in that oval next to the bird. Once I got that down, I realized that the photo on the far left was covering up some of the numbers. So I did go ahead and trim that down a bit. So I went through a ton of thicker to try to find a font that would work, as well as fit in that section that I had cut off there. So the sketch called for this little piece where the title was. I made it a little bit larger than probably what the sketch called for, but I wanted to make sure that I included that bird piece of the paper. I thought that that was a really nice touch to that. I did finally find these black thickers that work. They're like a foam type thickers, and I don't know, the other ones just, when I laid them down, it just didn't go with the vibe that I wanted. I also looked through the ephemera pack. I only found one little tag that I'm going to add over to the right hand side, but nothing else really seemed to work from the ephemera pack. So I did go ahead and pull out my embellishment books and pulled out several different pieces. A lot of this section I am just kind of adding just a couple of pieces to, just simply because this isn't something that I'm familiar with. So I figured that if I would leave it simple, that gives it that elegant vibe, as well as she has lots of room over on the far left hand side to journal. She could also journal on the right if she chose to do so. I do like that really big white space over there. I feel like it gives it a lot of space for your eyes to rest. I did go ahead and add a thankful tag up there to that green kind of plaid color, and then this other tag that says remember always. I did ink up that white tag there, and then I kind of smeared it off so it looks like I took it all off, but it does give it a distressed look. I go ahead and add the tag from the ephemera piece over on the far right hand side. I did use my stamps to put the date 2013 over there. I just added the year. Again, she can add the specific date if she chooses to do so. I did find these silver stars, and I'm going to add one to each of the clusters. And then I'm going to pull out my enamel shapes in a brown, gray, and blue color. And the gray color is that one that I was telling you guys about in the previous video that has the matte, and it definitely needs some liquid adhesive, so I use my glue press for that. And then that's my layout. So here is my final layout, as well as some close-ups. If you enjoyed all of my rambling throughout this video, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. And I would love for you guys to go back and watch some of my older videos. I have over 400 videos, and so lots of inspiration. So if you're inclined to help me out, I would really appreciate you going and trying to boost up my watch hours. All right, if you haven't done so already and you want to see more double page layout inspiration, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope that you have a scrappy day.